La 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 oh. La 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 oh.
So,
La 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 la.
1, 2, 3. Wow,
Cool.
that was a failure.
No, it was good.
You clapped way at the wrong time.
I clapped exactly when you clapped. I guess
I guess our audio's out of sync.
we'll just put it like a few.
Whatever.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We're going. We're rolling. Hello.
Okay. Hello, listeners, and welcome to Chillcast. I'm Liam.
And I'm Jonathan.
And today's episode will pretty much be focused on what we've been watching recently. So Chillcast itself is a weekly podcast that's pretty much about whatever we're into this week. And this week we're talking about what we've been watching, and I have this handy Google Doc here. What about you?
That's interesting. I have one as well, actually.
Okay. So just go ahead and spout off the first movie on that list that you've seen.
The first movie on the list, okay. Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Literally never heard of that. What's that?
Oh, so Shutter Island is this awesome movie. It's basically starring Leonardo DiCaprio and some other dudes. I don't know who they are. But basically he's this guy who... Okay, this is like something that I cannot spoil for you, which makes it difficult for the podcast, but he is a detective and he goes to Shutter Island. It's basically like Alcatraz redone in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of prisoners who are mentally ill. They're all insane. And he tries to solve the case of a missing person. And it's one of those, what I like to call mindfuck movies. It's fantastic. Twist ending, all that, all the rage. Very good.
All right. So I sort of separated my movies into 1, 2, 3, 4 categories, and one of these categories just got its own little thing. Like it's one movie by itself, but that's going to be like the grand finale here. The first movie on my list of what I've seen recently is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay.
Which
I have not yet seen that.
You haven't. Okay.
Nope.
Well,
I saw the first one. And I really want to see the second one, but I just
second one was pretty good. Okay. Second one's story was absolute garbage, but I really enjoyed it. Like, it had basically no story at all. It didn't really follow up the first one that well in terms of story, but I really just loved all the characters and how they interacted with each other.
So if there's no story, then what is it even about?
I mean, there is a story, it's just not a good follow-up to the first one, in like terms of escalation or whatever. It's a very low-stakes movie. It's like Deadpool.
Oh, okay. I actually only saw like the first 30 minutes of Deadpool and then I fell asleep.
Oh, what?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I was up. It was like 4 a.m, so I just couldn't.
Okay. All right. What's your next one?
My next one is another mindfuck movie and my favorite movie of all time, Fight Club. Beautiful movie. I love that movie.
I've heard a lot about it. Haven't actually watched it. I know. It's very awful that I haven't.
It is awful. I feel like I don't even need to explain it. It's just amazing.
I've been told that it's definitely a movie you need to see at least once.
No, you need to see it at least twice.
And I haven't. So
you better get on
that kind of thing is going to make me it's real embarrassing what my next movie is, because it was Captain Underpants. That was my
What?
Yeah, okay. So I went with my brother. I gave him the choice between seeing Captain Underpants and Wonder Woman. And
he chose Captain Underpants?
He chose Captain Underpants.
Oh my goodness.
And honestly, I do not regret that choice.
What?
And I watched it and it was like the dumbest thing ever. And I hate that I loved it, because I knew, like, I have to live with this fact for the rest of my life now, that I know that I would not have enjoyed Wonder Woman as much as I enjoyed Captain Underpants.
Have you seen Wonder Woman since that?
I have not. I was supposed to see it today with my sister, but I bought a starter for my car, so I am what you would consider to be super duper broke.
Ah, nice.
So what's your next movie?
My next movie
Mm-hmm.
is,
Gotta
of
find some common
course,
ground here.
another mindfuck movie. These are just my favorites. The Prestige.
The Prestige. That sounds familiar, but I don't think I've actually heard anything about it.
Basically, two magicians have known each other for a while. They compete against each other. They end up kind of having a feud with each other because of
Ooh.
a death.
Hold on.
What?
Is it that movie that's like some guy clones himself?
Yes, that is it.
I've heard of it.
Spoil it more for the listeners, why don't you?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I can. It's fine. That's all I know about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually sounded pretty interesting. I wanted to see it, but I forgot what it was called.
Oh, yes, it's The Prestige. It's
Yeah.
probably up there. It's probably like my second favorite movie next to Fight Club. It's very good.
Okay. And, so next on my list, I'm sort of combining these together because I saw them at, like, the same time. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Okay.
Which is the first and last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, respectively.
I've seen wait. I don't even know which ones I've seen. I know I've seen the Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay.
And Dead Man Tell No Tales is the newest one with
I've not seen that.
Spanish ghost ghoul captain guy.
Right.
I liked it, but also I don't think it was like a very important movie to see. It was just another Pirates movie. I wouldn't really.
It had Johnny Depp though, right?
Yeah, it had Johnny Depp.
Oh well, that's all you need.
It was better than the, what was it, fourth one? I don't know if this is Pirates of the Caribbean 5 or whatever. The
Yeah,
fourth one with the
should
Fountain
be.
of Youth and the Mermaid, and that was just... I don't know if it's
Wait,
because
aren't
I
there
watched
4
it
total?
at midnight. I thought that there was 5, but whatever.
Oh.
It's the one with the Mermaid and the Fountain of Youth. That one was terrible.
Honestly, I think I may have only seen the first one. Or
I
the
mean,
first and
honestly,
the second.
that's pretty good to just keep. I wouldn't really say you have to watch any more than that, because
I
while
am
it does-
somewhat interested in seeing
Mhm.
the other ones just because obviously I've heard a lot about them, but I do feel like I've gotten the main gist out of just the first one, so we'll see.
That's basically it. It got me into a very piratey mood. Watching it, I wanted to sort of read more about pirates, but that interest died very quickly afterwards. So, what is your next movie?
This one's a doozy here. This one is not a mindfuck, but
That's-
a guy in it does fuck up people's minds literally with a chainsaw.
Oh.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh boy. I also can say I have not seen that for the specific reason I cannot handle horror.
Okay, well, honestly, it's not that bad. I watched 3 of them in one night while doing things with a girl, so I wasn't exactly watching them the whole time. But I did see some important parts in which there was a cop, and he was a murderer or something, and he people went to him for help because this girl committed suicide in their car. And then he's like, "Here, sit where she was sitting. Put this gun in your mouth how she did, and show me exactly what she did," etc.
Oh.
It was pretty. I enjoyed it. I guess it wasn't that scary, but
So, on the same topic of horror movies that aren't really that scary, I saw Alien Covenant.
I have not seen it.
It was interesting. I haven't seen the other Alien movies, but I liked this one. The ending killed me a little bit on the inside, but no spoilers,
Okay.
I guess. Unless you
Yeah.
don't plan on watching it, then I guess I could, but...
I kind of do. I think actually.
Alright, well...
I don't think we should spoil
it
it
was-
for listeners either.
well, I mean, you can just say spoiler alert, and it's their fault after that.
I mean, it makes it kind of difficult because I have to skip ahead. So
it's fine.
no.
They aren't... listening to this to get movie suggestions. They're listening to this to hear two pals try to reconnect via movies that neither of them have ever seen.
They aren't listening to this anyways.
Yeah. What listeners? So...
My mom. Wait, no. My mom can never hear this.
So, yeah. It made me want to see the other Alien movies, but I haven't yet. But it wasn't actually scary at all. It was more goofy than scary. There's a lot of lighting to everything, so you could very clearly see everything, and it wasn't spooky. I did jump like once.
You know what? I think the biggest thing for me with horror movies, like, in order for me to actually be scared by them, it needs to have really good audio. Like, sound effects, music, everything needs to be on point.
Oh, yeah. The soundtrack.
They don't even need great lighting, great video, anything. I mean, just have it, like, darkish and really good music, good audio, and it'll scare the bejeebies out of me.
Okay, diverging this a little bit, have you heard of Marble Hornets?
No.
Okay, so you know what Slender Man is, right? Everybody knows what Slender Man is.
I do.
Marble Hornets was sort of like the thing that popularized it.
Okay.
It's this horror series on YouTube where it's this guy who has these tapes, and he got them from a friend who was recording a movie called Marble Hornets, which was some drama or whatever. But he gave the tapes to his friend because his friend wanted them, because he was just going to burn them. And then the guy disappeared. So now this guy is going through the tapes that his friend gave him and figuring out what's wrong with all the footage. And then eventually he goes on to try to find Slender Man himself or something. I don't know. I haven't actually watched all of it, but it ended a while ago, so.
Well, that sounds, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you might like it. I'm told it's pretty good in terms of horror. But anyways, what's your next thing?
I'll check it out. My next thing is a sci-fi, Aeon Flux. This was on Hulu, and I just watched it like 3 days ago. And it had very bad ratings. I looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes.
So you thought it was a great movie?
I did. No, I did not. No. The thing is, it has terrible ratings on things like Rotten Tomatoes. I think it had like 5% score, like just horrible. But I will say the acting was the worst. The storyline was the worst. But okay, the main character was hot.
So hold on. Just a question on where this is going. Are you going to recommend this movie to me?
Well, you'll find out. So, the main character is hot. The fighting scenes are way overplayed. Like, there's like, you can think of it. It's like Jackie Chan sci-fi. Okay. You could think of it like that with the hot main character. And like, yeah, the fighting is just outrageously retarded, but it actually makes it pretty entertaining at points. So yes, I would recommend this movie. Right. Although I would recommend you don't recommend it. I guess.
Okay.
That's
please watch this movie. It's garbage, and I don't want you to ever tell anybody about it.
That's exactly right.
So, speaking of movies that are garbage but funny or whatever, Baywatch is another one I saw.
Oh my goodness, I haven't seen that, but I do want to watch that.
No. Okay, it was like, I don't.
Have you seen the old show?
No, I haven't, but it got referenced multiple times.
Okay, but did you understand those references?
I understood the references in that. Okay, shoot, who's the main character? I don't remember his name.
Zac Efron.
No, not Zac Efron. The main character of Baywatch. Like, what's Mitch? I think.
I have no idea. I haven't seen.
Okay, whatever. But Mitch, played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I think. He looks down at these keys that has his name on it, and then he turns it around, and it's a picture of David Hasselhoff from the original Baywatch.
Oh, okay.
And then David Hasselhoff shows up later, also named Mitch. And also Pamela Anderson, I think, who was
Okay.
also in the original Baywatch, also shows up at the end.
I'm guessing there was a lot of running, and that's the one thing I can say I know about
Yes, there
Baywatch.
was a lot of slow motion running, and it was
And
a very
hot people.
It was a very self-aware movie in what it was like. It was talking about how ridiculous it is and how it doesn't really make any sense.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes it was like, okay, I can forgive you for that because you're poking fun out of it. And sometimes it's like, well, you're just making it super obvious now, and I can't get it, like, I can't stop thinking about how ridiculous this is, and it's making me lose interest.
Huh. I feel like we should start giving these movies ratings.
Okay, do you want to, like, just go back?
Yeah.
And okay.
I think let's do do you want to do out of 5 stars or out of 10 stars?
Out of 10. 10 sounds about right.
10, okay. Okay, yeah, the first movie was Shutter Island. I would give it, this is hard because I have to think about it. I would give it probably 9 out of 10 because, great acting, great actors, great story, great ending. The only thing it lacked in was that it wasn't longer. Yep.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I'd give it a solid 7. It was fun. I liked the soundtrack and the characters were so fun, but it really just missed those 3 points from its story because it was just not that great.
The next up was Fight Club. I obviously give this 10 out of 10. My favorite movie of all time. No flaws. Yeah.
Captain Underpants for me. Now, again, this is super embarrassing. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Really?
Cause, yeah, it was super funny and fun to watch. I wasn't bored. There's not a point in which I was going, when is this going to end? This is awful.
Although you did say it was stupid.
It was super stupid, but I didn't really think of it as, like, something I wanted to end immediately. It had, like, a pretty good cast, and, the jokes were super immature, but I could not help but laugh at a good chunk of them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so yeah, what's your next one?
My next one was The Prestige. I would also give this 10 out of 10, just because just the storyline in general and the ending, super good. Like, you don't really notice any flaws with this movie because you're just too engaged with what's happening, so 10 out of 10.
Now, both the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I'm gonna give them, like, both, like, a 6 out of 10. They're alright to watch, like, popcorn flicks, just watch them during the summer and have nothing else to do, but, like,
Right.
I don't think that they actually bring anything to the world of cinema that much.
Except for Johnny Depp.
Except for Johnny Depp. He's great.
He is.
So, yeah.
Okay.
What was your next one?
Next up for me was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alright.
All of them were fairly similar, but fairly different. It was okay. Made me laugh at times. I was distracted most of the time. I would just probably give it maybe a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Decent
All
enough
right.
to recommend, but
All right.
would not watch again.
Okay, and my next one was Alien Covenant, which I'm also going to give a 6 out of 10. I liked it, but also just... I think there's definitely better Alien movies that I haven't seen. It definitely piqued my interest into the franchise, though, so that's the plus.
You would think a movie called Alien should be like the best Alien movie because it's called Alien,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Okay.
Next up for me was Aeon Flux. Yeah.
If it's above a 5,
It's no. 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Would recommend, but would not recommend to recommend.
Okay. So, next one is Baywatch. I would like to give this one, like, a negative 7 out of 10, if that's possible. Okay, because like, it was really funny. It was a very bad movie that I enjoyed watching. It was a movie that I think is best enjoyed in the company of friends, also laughing at the movie with you.
Right. Like, it's like one of those movies, I'm assuming that you're just laughing at more how stupid it is than actual jokes made in the movie.
Yeah, that's sort of how I felt a lot of it. It's... The whole negative scale, by the way, is just sort of like... Negative 10 means it's bad, but it's also super good to watch with people and enjoy making fun of it. But
So
anyways,
the negative scale, I don't understand the negative scale.
The negative scale is like... So in the positive scale, a 1 means that it's just a really bad movie. It's not really enjoyable at all. Meanwhile, like, a negative 10 means that it's a really bad movie, but also it's a bad movie that is fun to make fun of.
Okay. But then what would be like a negative 1?
A negative 1 just means that you can make fun of it, but it's just really bad.
Okay.
It's less enjoyable to make fun of it than it is bad.
So it's better than a negative 10, but worse than a 10.
No. A negative 10 is better than a negative 1.
Right. Wait.
So,
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay.
anyways, enough of that confusing thing.
I think it's time to move on to the next segment of our show, which is... I have no idea. Do we have another segment? Because I feel like we should move to it.
Oh man, if we did, I would love to know it, because all I have is a billion movies.
Oh, here we go. Segment examples. Announcements. Do you have any announcements?
Oh yeah, I have an announcement. This thing just started. Oh, but hey, I do have our first ever fan mail.
Really? That's impossible.
Yes. Okay. No, you say that it's impossible.
We're recording our first episode.
I'm very much aware how you say it's impossible, but let me break out my Discord chat here. Okay. I have it.
This doesn't count as mail. Mail is shipped to you. It
does count as mail because it was... Okay, well, I mean, email.
Okay.
It is by my brother.
Oh.
And he says, "Why am I not in Chillcast, you loser? I'm the most chill person out there. Screw you."
You know what I have to say to this man? This boy...
What do you got to say?
This person... I don't know who this person is.
It's rather paraphrased, by the way.
But man... I don't know. He's... Okay, well, you're in Chillcast now, so congratulations.
Yeah.
You stupid fuck.
No.
Yeah.
Rude. Anyways. So...
Is that your only announcement?
Yeah, that's my only announcement in fan mail. Because we have nothing. Speaking of which, if you'd like to send us a message, please do it at the Chillcast on Twitter. Because that's all we have. No email.
For now. Until we get a website.
No email yet. It's disappointing. So, if we could go back for 2 seconds, I'd like to do my special mentions.
Sure.
Here are my positive special mentions, of which there are 4. Lego Batman, which 10 out of 10, best DC movie I've seen.
Okay, haven't seen it.
Okay, but you should.
I will.
It's amazing. Zootopia, also 10 out of 10.
Have seen
movie.
It was alright.
I'm hurt. Doctor Strange, 9 out of 10. My favorite Marvel movie.
Have not seen.
And Deadpool, which is also a 9 out of 10.
Have seen 30 minutes.
Okay. And then here's my one special mention of a super negative thing. It's the one movie that made me make the negative special mentions.
Okay.
And this might be a little controversial. I'm very much aware of this, but Batman versus Superman?
Not seen it.
Okay, you don't need to. It's bad.
I've heard.
It's so bad. Like, it was the one movie that I walked out on multiple times, and I just wasn't like, I need to run back into the theater to continue watching it. Like, I actually got a headache from the movie.
Oh, wow.
I left, bought aspirin, took it, and then came back. And I missed like 10 minutes of the movie, and I was just like, I don't care, I didn't miss anything.
I hear it ends with them like in a tie.
It's not even... Okay. For anybody who's listening to this, first of all, why? But second of all, spoilers ahead for Batman vs. Superman if you care about that for some reason. If you haven't seen Batman vs. Superman yet and you're still interested in it, pause this, go watch it, then come back for this, because this is spoilers. Superman dies!
Oh yeah, that you gave them a lot of forewarning there, like, just make sure you pause this. Superman dies!
Like, it's their own fault for not having seen it now. It's dumb. Superman
Okay,
dies.
so Superman dies and Batman lives?
Yes.
Oh, well.
And he dies from, like, Armageddon or something. I don't even know what it was. But I just can't take any of it seriously because it didn't have Lex Luthor and it had the Joker.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
It had Michael Cera Light, who I don't even know his name, actually, as the Joker playing Lex Luthor. It was just very bad, and I don't like any of it.
Very nice. My special mention for today is gonna be completely random because I didn't realize we're doing special mentions.
Oh, it's fine.
So-
Like, I sort of just threw this on here. I have so many things. It's not even...
I'm going to just
Fair.
scroll, find a random movie that I feel like mentioning specially. Here we go. The Minority Report. Have you seen that?
Sounds familiar, but I don't
Starring
think I have.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, type louder. Why
Minority
don't you?
Report. Sorry. I just attempt to, like, think... No, I haven't, but I've heard of it.
Okay, well,
For some
basically-
reason, I was thinking it was The Truman Show.
Yeah, no. Starring Tom Cruise in the future with lots of technology things. Pretty cool. Kind of a mindfuck movie, but a little bit different.
Can I stop you for a moment?
Yes.
Was it that movie where it's like there's this machine and it can predict crimes?
Yep.
Okay. Continue.
That's
So,
it.
I mean, I guess it's sort of, yeah.
I would say I really love this movie. I would give it probably a 7 out of 10 just because I would give it a better rating, except it's just kind of old, and not anything against old movies. I love old movies, but it's like, it's not like anything really well done. You know how
Yeah.
like Lord of the Rings was like
Yeah.
super good for its time. It's nothing
is.
like that. It was kind of just on par with everything else
Yeah.
at that point, but I enjoy the
lot of-
story.
A lot of movies in the 2000s sort of had this weird CGI thing going on where, because
Right.
we just learned what CGI is, everyone started using it, and it really detracted from a lot of the storytelling, and I think
Yeah.
we've sort of mellowed out from it now, but...
For sure. Yeah.
So, do you want to just sort of, like, speed around it here? Like, do a couple more movies and then we move on?
I say we just move on.
Okay. I mean,
we have
Goodbye,
lots more material for the future if we need.
I guess. So we could move on from movies to something else? Like,
Yeah.
have you listened to any good music recently?
Music.
Yes.
Oh, I've not thought about music. I listen to music all the time. I mainly listen to 80s music. There was this song this morning on the radio when I was driving to work that I had totally forgot existed. It's called... Oh, shoot. What is it called? Wait, I'll find it really fast. Throw a plug in for me while I'm looking.
A plug. As in, like, a plug to one of our channels, such as
Sure.
Purple Alligator. He makes YouTube videos. It's Jonathan. And also me, Sandstriker, who also makes videos. They're always very infrequent, though. So,
That's for sure.
that's been your ad break.
Okay, thank you. I still haven't found it.
Okay, well, that's cool. While you do that, I'm going to mention the music that I've listened to, but not actually, because you would think I'm possessed. So instead, I'm going to talk about musicals I've been into.
Okay.
I have 3 musicals which I've listened to and I really, 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 really like. Hamilton, which you may have heard of.
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
I mean, not a lot of people have seen it, but it's on, I don't know if you have Amazon Prime or anything, but it's on there, probably on Spotify or whatever. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot. I've listened to it for multiple years, and it's still going strong. We also have Wicked, which...
Wicked.
I think... Yeah, Wicked. You heard of it?
I don't think so.
It's about it's about the Wicked Witch of the West.
Right.
I pronounced West so weirdly, but it's talking about like her life story and what sort of made her into being an evil character. It's interesting. It has a lot of good music in it too. You probably have seen a music video with one of their songs in it, like Defying Gravity. Okay, I'm really hearing that feedback now.
Oh, I can't really do anything about it.
Alright, also another musical that I've been into, which I saw during my class trip, is School of Rock.
School of Rock, okay. I definitely have heard of that one, also have not.
There's a movie of it, which is the original, and then there's a Broadway show. And that was pretty good, but I'm going to tell you a little secret about School of Rock here, and it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life, maybe.
Okay.
If you are a fan of School of Rock at all.
I'm not.
Okay, well that hurts, but there is a Nickelodeon TV show for School of Rock, and it is just... I don't know why it exists. Somebody got the IP for School of Rock and went, man, this would make a great children's TV show.
You know what? It sounds like something that... Okay, well, I guess it just reminds me of Camp Rock.
Camp Rock, okay, yeah.
So it sounds like something that they would make a show out of it.
I wish, somebody at the executive table could have just, went, hey, maybe we shouldn't buy this really, sort of old property and then make a TV show about it for children because it's not going to translate well into a sitcom.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a sitcom about kids playing instruments for a teacher who's not licensed.
Speaking of terrible sitcoms... There was this one random sitcom that I saw on Netflix at one time, and I was like, this sounds interesting. Something about, the description was this kid, becomes a millionaire, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he apparently...
This reminds me of Blank Check.
What?
Reminds me of Blank Check.
I don't know what that is. But, anyways, it was just terrible. I watched 5 minutes of it, and it was just, I didn't know what was happening. It was just he was driving a toy car around, this Ferrari, but it's a toy. And I'm like, you're a millionaire, and you're driving a toy Ferrari around your house. What's wrong with you?
Are you saying you wouldn't do
Yes, I am saying. I'm not going to drive a toy Ferrari around my living room. I'll go buy a real one.
I think if I was a millionaire, I would do just ridiculous stuff.
I mean, I guess that's true. He did buy a bunch of Skittles or something and put them in a giant tub. I would do things wasteful. Like that. I would have to carefully tread that line between ridiculous and making sense. Yeah. Because there's a very fine line between Charlie Sheen crazy and Willy Wonka eccentric. Okay, would you make or get a house with a pool and throw a bunch of money in it and then go swimming in it? Cash money.
If it was dollar bills, yes, not coins, because that would murder me. Well, I don't care what you say, DuckTales.
You cannot dive into coins, but yeah.
I would definitely do that, actually.
I really want to do that. Just, swim around in my own cash. Man, how narcissistic can you be?
Well, I mean, you could be even more narcissistic. Marry a mirror.
Yeah, just like stare into the mirror that you're married to while you're swimming in the pool of cash.
Yeah, that's print off dollar bills that have your face instead of George Washington on it.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea.
That is what I'd consider the point of narcissism.
I say
So-
we should go to Donald Trump and suggest he make some new money with our faces.
Hey Trump, please, could you just maybe make $1 with my face on it?
Could you please
Thanks.
just give us a small loan of $1 with our face on it?
Could you just give us a small tiny loan of making every single dollar bill have our faces on it?
He would do it. He's a good guy. I like that
Oh
guy.
no.
Yeah. What?
No.
We're not gonna start getting into politics. right
Okay, yeah, we're not. We gotta. So speaking of bizarre stuff, have you ever heard of the show called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
now. No, but really quickly, wasn't I like looking for something? I have no idea.
You
what it
were
was.
looking for an '80s song, but does it really matter at this point?
Oh no, it was a 2000 song, but yes.
Oh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is exactly what it says on the tin. It's very, it lives up to its name in a very real way.
Okay.
It takes place in there's multiple parts.
Wait,
There's
is is it about a kangaroo?
No,
Okay.
there's like 8 parts to it. I think 7 or 8. I don't know. I'm only on part 5.
Oh.
But first part takes place in like the 1800s in England, and there's this kid named Jonathan Joestar, who his dad got in this really bad crash with a carriage a long time ago, and I feel that feedback, but this scavenger guy named something, I don't remember, but he was like rifling through his stuff, and Jonathan's dad thought that he was trying to save him and thanked him, was like, hey, if there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, just tell me. I'm super loaded. And
And
this
I
guy
wish
was
my
like,
dad would say that.
this guy's like, oh, all right. And he ran off, and then way in the future, he had a son named Dio. And he was dying, so he told Dio, hey, there's this guy who owns the Joestar Mansion, and he is super loaded, and he said that he would do anything for me. I want you to go over there and be adopted by him and steal his fortune. So Dio goes over there, says, hey, I'm the son of this guy who saved your life. Adopt me. And
Adopt me.
Jonathan's dad just absolutely loves him and thinks he's a model boy.
And just like
And
that.
and just like that, he's part of the family, and Dio is just an absolute terrible person to Jonathan. He kills his pet dog in a furnace.
Oh my god.
Frames
what?
him for multiple things. Steals his girlfriend's first kiss.
Wow.
And slowly poisons their dad while disguising it as giving him medicine. And eventually he gets found out and the constables are taken over there. And Dio just suddenly breaks out this stone mask that his adopted dad had found and was sort of the cause of the crash, I think. And he puts it on, kills his adopted dad, and rubs the blood on the mask, which turns him into a vampire.
How? But I don't.
Yeah.
What is
Okay,
this?
listen, this is a show called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so
Oh,
stay
it's
with
a
me
show.
here. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was a movie.
It's-
okay.
It's an anime thing.
Oh, I'm not watching
Um,
it then.
Okay, that's fair enough, but please just continue to listen to my awful tale.
Okay.
And he becomes a vampire and tries killing Jonathan, who ends up setting the entire house on fire, trying to kill Dio.
Okay.
And he thinks he kills Dio and then runs away from the burning house,
But of
swearing
course.
to get revenge or whatever. And he finds this guy named William Zappelli, who knows the ancient art of the ripple, or also known as Hamon, which is like this sunlight energy that works against undead.
Of course it is.
So he learns how to use it, and then turns out Dio's still alive.
Of course.
So he has to go and kill Dio again.
With this newfound skill that he suddenly
With
acquired.
this newfound skill, William Zappelli dies and transfers all his energy into Jonathan. Jonathan kills Dio, and then goes to live in America with his childhood sweetheart, named Irina. And they go on this boat, travel, and then, oops, turns out Dio's still alive. He lights the boat on fire, kills Jonathan, steals his body and puts his head onto Jonathan's body, gets put into a casket and dropped into the ocean. And then that's the end of part 1.
That, like... Okay. That's a lot of
And
things.
it only gets weirder.
Do we need to continue?
Oh, no, I'm not going to continue, because that's just
Okay.
so much. Hold on, I'm going to take a little ad break here.
Okay. Oh, wait. I found
The
this
refreshing
song.
taste of Tab.
So while you're drinking your advertisement...
No, I mean, I'm good. We're good.
Oh.
S-
Anyways,
That's...
I found the freaking song. Let me say what the song is.
Okay.
Well, I actually don't know if it's called I'm Not Crazy or if it's called Unwell, but it's by Matchbox 20. And it was released in 2002. And I just totally forgot that it existed until this morning. And I was like, what? I love this song. So yeah, that's it.
So, have you been watching any cool TV shows?
TV shows, I've been watching The OC. It's a drama, like, pretty basic high school people. They're all very sexy. Just kind of... Wait, that sounds like... I'm 18 now. I can't say things anymore.
Yeah, that's illegal. Jeez.
I mean, they're probably... I mean, all the actors are 18 or older, though, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. But they're supposed to... In character, they're high schoolers.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I mean, now they're probably in their 50s.
I mean, it's not that old. It was like early 2000s. But they are in their maybe 30s and such. But anyways,
So-
yeah, a lot of just drama and girlfriend, boyfriend, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting together with new people, just all that jazz. And
Okay.
specifically, I like it because one of the characters, his name is Seth Cohen. Well, his real name is, I have no idea, I forget. But he's just, I don't know, I love his character because he's very sarcastic and just entertaining.
I am extremely sorry to butt into this, but okay, so the high school I went to, we had a religion class, and in it we were doing this anti-bully thing.
Wait, is this the high school that I went to also?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So could you? I really have that like backlog of me.
Do you still hear it?
Okay, it's much quieter now, so that should be fine. So, we watched this episode of a TV show called One Tree Hill,
Yes.
which is this teen drama thing.
Right.
But we were supposed to watch this for an anti-bullying, and it was about this fat kid who made a video for a time capsule saying how he hated everybody, and everybody was stupid and a bunch of sheep.
Yes.
And that time capsule got opened up early by everybody and got listened to. And then people started bullying him because of that. They're like, oh, you're calling us a bunch of morons. Well, screw you. You're not cool. We don't want to hang out with you anymore. And he decided, okay, you know what's the best course of action? I'm going to bring a gun to school.
So, is this like the 13 Reasons Why of the past?
I guess. And so he brings a gun to school, and he shoots some random kid in the hallway who is messing with his locker.
Of course he does.
And then, like, this huge panic happens. Everyone gets taken to the...
Taken to the movie?
Everyone gets taken to the gym except for, like, 5 people who are main characters on the TV show, but I don't know. And that fat kid hides the gun and pretends that he wasn't the shooter, and he hides with those other 5 people. Meanwhile, while this is going on, there's these 2 random people, and one of them just managed to injure themselves somehow, and he has this girl fawning all over him, and they're in the library going, "Oh God, the killer's right behind us. We're going to die." But anyways, that's unimportant. Basically, the whole thing was just like, oh yeah, this guy was a real jerk, and people bullied him, and if only people didn't bully him, and he could have just been that real big jerk, he wouldn't have shot people.
You know, I think
And
the
then-
message here is very
And then
simply, don't make fun of the fat kid.
It wasn't about him being fat. They were bullying him about. They were bullying him because he was being a bully to them and calling them like really rude stuff.
Okay.
And at the end of it, he gets talked down by this counselor guy who is in this. I don't even know what it was, but he was like working at the school. He gets talked down, and he's like, "Yeah, it's all my fault," and then he shoots himself in the mouth, and he falls down to the ground. And then the mayor of the city just suddenly walks in, picks up the gun, and then shoots the school counselor. And then the show just ends. And I have no
What?
idea why that happened. It just did.
You know what? I would have maybe watched this show just because the way you were describing it sounds slightly interesting. But then now that I know the ending, I don't think I really care.
I don't, that was just one random episode. I don't even remember,
Oh.
I just not the ending of the show. That was just it was supposed to be a cliffhanger for this season or something. Anyways, quick question here. Do you just not watch anything animated?
Okay. No. I love me some Steven Universe.
Okay, awesome.
I don't watch animes generally. I saw Death Note, as I mentioned to you before. That's
Yeah.
the only one that I've watched all the way through. But I don't know. All my friends that would recommend, we're cutting that out. All my friends at this other place,
Yeah.
the
other high school.
other high school, basically
A place that suspiciously sounds like a medication.
they all basically would keep recommending to me to watch all these different animes, especially One Piece and
Yeah.
I don't know, One Punch Man. I don't know, just all these things.
One Punch Man is pretty good.
Oh, and what's the other one that's apparently really popular? It's about fairies or something, or
Fairy Tail?
yeah, Fairy Tale.
Though I
So-
don't know a lot about it. I've seen the first season, but I don't remember anything that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched the first. Okay, the thing is, my friends all oh hey, just watch Fairy Tale, and just watch the first episode. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll watch one episode.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really like it. He's like, well, just watch a few episodes. It gets much better later. And I'm like, okay. So I end up
I
watching
don't-
10 episodes, and I still just want nothing to do with it. I'm like,
There's only
I'm not
one
watching
anime
this.
that I've ever watched that somebody said it gets better later, and they were right. And that was JoJo.
JoJo.
Every single other thing, they're like, oh no, it starts out slow, but it gets so good. I've seen every single episode of it and I go, no, this is garbage. Why do you
Right?
like it?
Yeah.
There's one anime, though, that I think you might like, called My Hero Academia.
I haven't heard of it.
It's about this world where 80% of the population has some kind of superpower. And this one boy, he doesn't have a superpower. And he wants to be a professional hero when he grows up. And he meets this guy who is his absolute hero named All Might, whose superpower is actually, he passes down the super strength of other people down to another person.
That's interesting.
But he thinks it's just normal super strength, so he gets that, and he becomes a professional hero. And he's currently in school for superheroes. And he has this guy named Bakugao, who's his arch nemesis, who causes explosions with his sweat. It's pretty ridiculous, but I think it's a fun watch. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Okay, well,
And its animation is pretty, I guess, Westernish.
if I'm being honest, I probably will not watch it at least for a very long time, just
Fair
because
enough.
I have so many things on my watch list already.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just going to go to the bottom of that, but maybe, if I ever get around to it.
Speaking of which, you were talking about Steven Universe, right?
Yes, I love Steven Universe.
Have you been at the recent episode?
No,
Okay.
do not
what was-
spoil this.
What was the last episode you've seen? Because I want to know how much we can talk about this.
The last episode I saw was one of the last episodes of season 2, right? The season 3 is the one that just came out, right?
I think we're in season 4 now.
Is it 4? Anyways, the last one I saw was the last episode, or one of the last episodes of the season before the one that just came out.
Okay.
So I'm like probably 4 or 5 episodes behind wherever it is right now.
We are in season 4 of Steven Universe. There are 24 episodes currently.
Of season
That's
4?
Wild. Yeah.
No. That's impossible.
We're pretty far ahead in there.
I think then I'm on season 4. Are you sure season 5?
Oh, it might be season 5, and
I'm pretty sure it's season 5.
Who knows? It could be, and yeah, it's there. There's season 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's 5 seasons, and season 5 is 4 episodes.
So the last one that I saw, wait, have you seen that far as well?
Yes, I've seen every single episode.
Okay, so the last one that I saw was, okay, if I can remember, they had gone to space. No, wait, I do not remember.
Okay, do you know who Aquamarine is?
Don't think so, no.
Okay then, that's basically all I need to
Wait,
know.
wait, is she the one who, did she like capture them?
She's this tiny, blue girl with a teardrop.
Yeah, with the wings.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you've seen basically everything but Steven Universe Wanted, which is alright.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll talk about these other things. This show is also on Cartoon Network. It just got greenlit. There's only been like shorts for it. The entire thing is only
Please tell me. Okay, what is the name?
6 minutes. Villainous.
Dang it, that's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, what were you thinking of?
There's this one that I heard, they made some shorts or something for it, or a trailer, and my friend showed it to me, and he was like, I really hope this comes out, and now I really hope it gets greenlit as well, because it was, I don't remember the name, it was something train, I think. Took place on a train.
Oh, Infinity Train.
Infinity Train, yeah. Have you
I
heard?
haven't seen that, but I probably should.
Have you heard, is it like, has it already come out, or is it coming out, or?
I don't know. Let me check. Infinity Train. It is...
Looks like right now it's just the short episode.
Yeah, right now it's just a short.
So I really hope it turns into a show, because that looks pretty awesome.
There's this thing called Villainous, which is about this guy named Black Hat, who's like an Eldritch Abomination, and he runs this company called Black Hat Inc., where he sells inventions of his... Well, he sells the inventions of his henchman, Dr. Flug, to other villains trying to make money off of it.
Okay.
And the entirety of the series is only like 6 minutes right now. It's just a bunch of shorts, but it got greenlit for a series. And I'm really hyped for it, because it was a really good 6 minutes.
Okay.
It's done by a Mexican animation studio. And this is sort of like probably a bit of a downside to it, but Markiplier does voice a character in it.
Oh.
He voices this giant blue bear named 505.
That does sound like a downside to me.
All he does is he just makes weird noises with his mouth.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you got any other TV shows?
Let's see here. I can just think of this.
Cause I got 2 left.
Go ahead. I don't...
So, this
Yeah.
isn't actually a TV show as much as like a YouTube series. It's called No Evil. And it's... Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to, because like I just found out about it like last month, and I'm on the hunt for these kinds of things. No Evil is this show that's based off of like North American mythology and stuff, and South American mythology, I guess, too. Just I guess American stuff. I'm hearing myself again.
How about now?
Okay. So, No Evil is about American mythology, basically, and it's these spirits who embody things like Quetzalcoatl and Paul Bunyan and Ichabod
Bunyan.
Crane. And they're basically like the embodiments of them. And they're trying to stop this black goo thing
Racist.
that that makes everybody fall asleep. It's
Okay.
pretty interesting. I don't know if you'd like it. I mostly like it because it's just a bunch of animals doing stuff and it's cool.
Okay, fair enough.
And my last suggestion is done by Rooster Teeth.
Okay, I
Um,
like Rooster Teeth.
You may have seen it then. It's called Camp Camp.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw... You know what? I think I started that a while ago, and I actually was really enjoying it, and I totally forgot it existed. So... But yeah, I've seen a few episodes at least.
I watched like all of it yesterday, and it has immediately become one of my favorite shows.
How many episodes do they have?
13, I think.
I may have seen all of them then. Oh,
A new one was just released like 3 days ago, so.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, yes, that was so good.
Okay, I have not finished it, but I've started it and I'm only 4 or 5 episodes in, but it's really good so far.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to okay. Hold on, I'm writing down in the Chillcast segment examples here. Gravity Falls update with Purple. We are now forever checking in on your progress on that.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah. Alright.
I don't know, you want to how long are we doing this for?
Well, typically most podcasts that are weekly run for about an hour, so we could end it off here. But I do have 2 more things we can go for,
Okay.
which are podcasts and games.
Podcasts, let's do podcasts because
Okay.
it's short and sweet.
I'll let you do yours all in a row first, and then I'll do all mine.
Alright, so the podcast that I currently listen to, the Bigger Pockets podcast, it's all about real estate investing and just lots of tips and things. They interview somebody new each time they do an episode. A lot of people with a lot of smart knowledge. They have 200 and some episodes, each over an hour long. So a lot of good content if you're interested in business and especially real estate. Then Part-Time Genius just came out recently. I don't remember when, but a few weeks ago, I guess. They so far have 7 episodes, and they talk about random things from cryonics to rats to will we ever live without sleep. Just random, really cool things. You learn a lot. And 8-Minute Millionaire, one that I started a very long time ago. It's kind of dying down, I think, but I have gotten a lot of good business ideas from it. That's about it for me.
Okay. Here's some of the podcasts I've been listening to. None of them are really as informative as yours. I mostly just do comedy stuff because I only listen to podcasts when I'm driving.
Yeah, I listen at
it's a
work,
lot-
which is 8 hours a day, so I just try and learn a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I just try to keep myself entertained, so I don't want to drive off the side of the road and hit a semi.
That's a good idea.
It's mostly comedy and story-based stuff, but I do have one sort of informative thing. Goodness. So I've been listening to The Adventure Zone, which is this D&D podcast done by the McElroy brothers, who are going to show up a lot in this list. Because all they
D&D.
basically do... Dungeons and Dragons.
I know, but how does that work? They're playing the game?
They're playing the game, and they're recording it. It's very story-heavy.
Is it pretty time-consuming? Is it long?
There are a lot of episodes, but every episode is only an hour long.
Okay.
It comes out once every 2 weeks.
Okay. Cool.
It's pretty good. I have basically only decided to play Dungeons & Dragons because of that.
I mean,
And
you should invite me over to play some Dungeons and Dragons because I really want to play some, but I never have anybody to play with.
straight up, I'm thinking that we could possibly maybe do a D&D podcast sometime.
Maybe so. Probably not for a while, though.
Probably not for a while, though. Yeah, we'll do like some one-shots first, get comfortable with it. But, like not live, just one-shots normally. So yeah, it's basically sort of what got me into DMing and wanting to play D&D. And
Yeah.
Griffin McElroy, he's a really good DM. He definitely inspires me a lot. Next is Lore, which is this podcast that sort of talks about, I guess, the history of like monsters and spooky stories. First episode was about vampires, and it was sort of like why they are so popular. And it basically started from this body that was oddly not decomposed, and their entire family was getting tuberculosis.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and the most recent episode I've listened to was about this thing called Robert the Doll, which was this doll that came to life.
Of course.
Yeah, and it sort of is the basis of Chucky, and there's so many things in there, but I've only super been creeped out by one episode. And I like it. It's fun. I listen to it during the day because I'm a pansy.
Gotcha. I like to be
Next.
scared by scary things. Like, if it's
Yeah.
going to be scary, I'm going to listen to, or watch it, or listen to it, whatever, at,
Yeah.
like, nighttime in the pitch black.
It has
Alone.
it has a really nice ambient soundtrack to it, too.
That's cool.
He always sort of tells it like it's a campfire story.
Oh, okay. That sounds nice.
Now, next one is My Brother and Me, an advice show for the modern era, also by the McElroys. It's very comedy heavy. It's just people finding Yahoo answers and then answering them.
Oh, that would be pretty entertaining, I think.
Yeah, and sometimes they get sent in like actual questions from fans. That was pretty nice. Next one is Cool Games Inc., which is done by Griffin McElroy and Nick Robinson. They get sent in fake game suggestions, and they create games based off of them. Like, not real games, but like they craft like how the game would work.
Right.
Some of them have been pretty funny, and then other of them have just sort of been like a slog to get through. Like the Austin Powers MMO episode was awful.
Oh, that's too bad because Austin Powers is like an epic movie. All of them
And-
are.
Here's a very interesting podcast. Tell Death Do Us Blart. It's a podcast about these 5 people, the McElroy brothers, and then 2 guys from The Worst Idea Ever, which is a podcast where they watch the same TV show every week. Not a TV show. Same movie every week, and then making you like review or something about it. I don't know. I haven't actually seen it, but they made this blood pact ritual where every year on Thanksgiving they have to watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 and make a podcast episode for it. There's only 2 episodes, but they were a very entertaining 2 hours of my life that I will never get back.
That sounds pretty cool. I think maybe we should do that, but we should watch something. We should watch Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls every Christmas day.
Every Christmas day. Why not Die Hard? That's a great Christmas movie.
I mean, Mean Girls is a great Christmas movie.
So next is They See Me Rollin', which is another D&D podcast. I've only seen like the prologue of it, and it was okay. Not entirely sure if I'm going to continue listening to it or not, but it has a paladin of the cat god of revenge, a tiefling named Jelly Butter, and a goblin named Skunk.
Wow. Very nice. Sounds like
And
you have a
then-
lot of entertaining and comical podcasts.
And the last one is a podcast called Wolf 359, which is a story-based podcast about a spaceship orbiting a star named Wolf 359. Only listened to 2 episodes, but it seems pretty great, because in the second episode, this guy locks himself into his room because he has the last tube of toothpaste.
Okay, I could get behind that. This is all like these are all things that sound interesting, but again, I will
so
not
many.
listen for a while because there's just so much content everywhere.
Yeah, problem with podcasts, and I know I'm sort of like destroying our own podcast empire that doesn't exist here by saying this. The problem with podcasts is that there's just so many out there.
Yeah.
So, like, you listen to one, and then you just, like, go, oh, wait, here's another one that's basically exactly what I want too. And then you listen to that, and you go, oh, but here's another one that has stuff that I want too. And it just ends up being this very long conga line of listening to podcasts and then finding out there's more, and then knowing that you'll never be able to listen to all of it.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with, like, podcasts, TV shows, movies, any, like, media in general, even, like, books, just whatever. Like, you end up building up a huge list of things that you really wish you could just see or read or listen to all of them, but you just can't really. There's just too many things.
So, hey, here's what I'm thinking. We set up the plot for our next episode right here, right now.
On the podcast?
Yes, on live in the air here.
Totally
We're
live.
going to set this up.
Live on NBC.
Live and uncut. I want you to give me one movie that I absolutely have to watch before we record the next episode. Fight Club. Okay,
hands down, it's gotta be Fight Club.
Okay. And I have to give you one movie that you need to watch. And,
Can I just ask you really quick, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Zootopia.
Really?
Yes.
Are you being for real?
I am being for real.
For real. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's shoot ourselves.
I could curse you to watch a bad movie like Trolls or Sing, but instead I'm just going to say watch Lego Batman.
Okay. I can handle some Lego Batman.
It was pretty good. And I guess by next episode we will come back, give our experiences watching that movie, and
okay. That sounds good.
Be it. So, thank you guys for listening to us ramble about things that we've been watching and attempting to find common ground between each other.
For an hour and 7 minutes and 10 seconds.
An hour and 7 minutes and multiple seconds. If you'd like to find us, you can find us at youtube.com/thechillcast. Maybe. Edit in the actual URL if that's not it. Or at the Chillcast on Twitter. You can tweet at us if you have any questions or if you'd like to be have something to say that you want to be on the show. And you can find me at Sandstrike on Twitter or Sandstriker on YouTube. And what about you?
You can find me at Purple Alligator. That's PRPL Alligator on Twitter. Or my name is Purple Alligator on YouTube. Alligator has 2 L's, people. I don't know how everybody screws that up, but people always type alligator with 1 L. It's really stupid.
All right. So, I guess we now sign this off with our famous catchphrase.
Yes.
Which is...
Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been the Chillcast with the chillest people, the iciest that you will ever meet or have met.
The iciest mochas.
Yes, the iciest mochas you've met in your life.
The coldest popsicles.
The warmest hot dog. Chilled. I don't know. Yeah.
Those ice cubes in the back of your freezer.
We're cold.
We will see you on the next one. Goodbye.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.